been wanting to make this video since yesterday, but ever since the NHL paused, as a Flyers fan, it kind of affected us the worst. And other teams, let's say the freaking, I don't know, Blues, they might say, oh, it affected us more because Jay Bauermeister could have come back. No. In my opinion, this affected the Flyers the most. They're going to cancel the season. There is no doubt in my mind that they're not going to cancel the season. It is impossible. And with every day that goes by, you are wasting days. Okay? We have teams that have, let's just say, it's probably like a maximum of 15 games left. A maximum of 15 games left. It's probably 12. It's probably almost 10 now, but still. 10 games left. 10. There's no way. For each team. And there's 31. So that's 10 times 31. That's over 100 games still. And there's no way they're going to fit that all in. Every day that passes by, you're wasting days. Because you could put games on these days and then end the season off at the time when the playoffs are supposed to start. And you're probably saying, yo, they could just scratch the season altogether and be like, okay, forget that, and we'll just start off fresh. We'll just start with the playoffs and all the teams that didn't make the playoffs, all the teams that are like in the top 3 and like wild cards right now and stuff, will make the playoffs. First off, that's gonna piss a lot of teams off. Okay, that's gonna make the Blue Jackets angry. That's gonna make like the Panthers angry. I don't even know if the Hurricanes are in that wild card spot right now. The Rangers especially, because I don't even think they're in that wild card. You're going to make a lot of teams angry. And the reason why how that couldn't work either is because they say they're going to suspend it for a month, which means April 12th. April 12th. And playoffs were supposed to start 4 days before that. So if they started that day, they can do it. But the final's gonna be but the final game of the Stanley Cup final is gonna be like a few days before the draft, if not after the draft. That's a little bit of a problem. And you could start the playoffs in May, but then it's going to go on to the end of July, and you got free agency in there and the draft, and that's just going to screw everything up. So they're probably going to cancel the season. And what that means, and I know I've been talking about the league for this whole time, and what that means to the Flyers is another failed season. We have the Flyers have the best odds to win the Stanley Cup. That's what everyone's been saying. A lot of people have been saying that too. A lot of officials, a lot of like NHL insiders. A lot of people have been saying that the Flyers have the best odds to win the cup. And they're going to cancel the season because of this freaking COVID-19 that's killing literally thousands of people. And then it's just going to be another failed season. It makes me angry because we have the best team right now. We have Carter Hart in net, Brian Elliott behind him. In my opinion, to the two best goaltending tandems in Flyers history. Because it's always been the starter, like Bernie Perron was the best. Ron Hextall was the best. Pelly Lindbergh was the best. You never hear the backups. And this season, you're hearing about the backup Brian Elliott because when Hart got injured those 2 to 3 weeks, he came in and played some of the best hockey he's played his entire career. And that's saying something because that guy's like 39 years old. We also have Giroux, who's been playing good since 2010, where we made it to the Cup Finals. We have Jacob Voracek, who's playing good. Couturier, who's playing good. Provorov, who's dominating. Gostisbehere, who's had his points in the season. We have a bunch of other small players, too, that are being big parts. And it's all going to waste. And Alain Vigneault, Chuck Fletcher, Paul Holmgren, all these staff members, Mike Yeo, they're doing the best. They're doing amazing right now. Chuck Fletcher, at the start, I was like, okay, this guy, I might have to stay away from this guy because I don't really like his deals. I liked Hextall much better than him. But ever since he's came in, I've kind of grown a little vibe on him that I didn't feel on Hextall. Like, I kind of like him more than Hextall was when he was a GM. Vigneault, I've haven't really had high hopes for. I mean, yes, he did make it to the Cup final, twice? 3 times? I can't remember. He coached the Canucks, the Rangers, and maybe some other team, I'm not sure. He made it to the Cup final in 2011 and 2014. So I didn't really have high hopes for him, and then he comes in and plays great. So I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, also, Scott Lofton, who is also dominating. That just came into my head. So, do I think that it's good? No. I'm very angry about this. I'm furious. And I'm sure a lot of people in the league are angry about this because it's a lot of teams are doing really good right now. In fact, Arizona, who's my second favorite team, has one of the best chances to make the playoffs. I mean, well, no. They could make the playoffs. I know they're 5th place, but they're holding on to, I'm pretty sure, they're not too far away from a wild card spot. And if they get a wild card spot, they may be in the playoffs. That's going to make them angry. It's going to make a lot of other teams angry, like the Blue Jackets, the Jets, the Predators, because I'm not too sure they're in those wild cards. Chicago, Minnesota, they're going to be pretty angry. And the team that's probably going to be most angry out of all of them, in my opinion, is the Flyers. This is the best season I've seen from Philly in my entire life. 2010, that was good, but we were pretty bad for that regular season. What's another time? 2018, that was a good season. We lost in the first round. 2019, well, we don't need to explain that one. But 2020, best season. Best season I've seen for these Flyers all year. And it's all going to waste. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you almost stumbled upon this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.